Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a full moon for the month of February tarot oracle reading. And Gemini, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Gemini, we still all have a little bit of Gemini in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Gemini in? That's where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. But keep in mind, this is a general or collective reading, which means parts of it may or may not resonate with you. So just take what works for you and leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching this at this time, it's the perfect time for you. If it's been some time since I posted it, think back what was happening at that time in your life, and it may give you further insight into your current situation. All right, so we're going to start with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. And Gemini, it looks like you're walking away from something. So this energy is talking about, we have the moon energy here. We have a full moon and the new moon. So this is talking about walking away from something that you've put a lot of effort into. This is, the cups represent love. So this could be, a relationship with someone that is your spouse or your partner. It also could be family members, or, it could be something that you love to do, like perhaps the work you're doing, some sort of energy around that. So this is saying, I've put all this energy into this, but it's not working out for me, and I'm walking away. And so the other saying for this card could be that you have 8 cups, and there's only 10 cups in the entire tarot for the cup energy, and it could be saying, hey, I'm going to leave these here and I'm going to go get the other 2 cups, and then I'll come back and add them to these ones. More often than not, it talks about walking away from something. This is talking about the full moon and the new moon. We just had a new moon on. Oh, here's my little kitty, Stella, and she says, I'm going to come and sit on your lap, Colette. Her job is to purr, and she takes it very seriously, so raise the vibration. We can all use it today. All right, and so this is saying possibly there's the new moon that was on the 18th of January. And so that was in Capricorn, and so that was putting a lot of energy into taking consistent steps of action towards goals that you want to reach. And perhaps that had some sort of influence on you realizing, hey, you know what, I would rather do something new that I'm excited about than stay with this energy. And so when you are walking away from something and you've put this much energy into it, it can be really hard to do because you've put so much into it. At the same time, you're not really starting from scratch. You have all the information that you've gathered, all the life experience, and you can take that into your next venture, speeding the process up. And the full moon on this is on February 1st, is in Leo, and so that energy it's about romance and creative expression of yourself, and also about being like in the energy of what's best for you. So it's really interesting because this is coming up so far in the first 2 readings I did also. It's about this need to express yourself, and I'm going to do what's best for me kind of energy. And then, so that's the underlying energy for the entire reading. And now we're going to get the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck of the internal forces. So the internal forces is on the bottom part of the spread here. So internal forces, we have the King of Pentacles. So internal forces are talking about things like issues that arise from inside of yourself, challenges that you need to overcome. And so internal forces are the what ifs, like when you're laying in bed and you're going, okay, if I do this, then what if this happens? And what if that person does that? Then what if this happens? That kind of energy. And so that's how you can tell it's a what if. And the King of Pentacles, this is a good position to be in. the King of Pentacles is a very stable, of the kings, he's considered to be very stable, someone that you can go to for advice. He is highly admired for his business acumen. And, you know, the Pentacles are about health, wealth, and happiness, like abundance on planet Earth. Of course, a big part of that is money, but you could have all the money in the world and still be not living the lifestyle that you want to live. So it's talking more lifestyle and abundance of that kind of energy, abundance of having time for yourself and investing it in the people you want, etc. And so the King of Pentacles represents a legacy of wealth, something that you can pass down to from one generation to the next. And so let's see what this is about. So that's internal forces. Okay, so the first card out, we have the Star. So this is saying, yes, you were born to be a star. There you go, Gemini. If you were wondering, if people were questioning it, you can say, yes, it's true, I am a star. And this is talking about following your North Star. The North Star is the star that lights up your true purpose on the planet here. And you can see she's got her foot dipped into the universal waters here. And she's scooping that water up and then adding her own unique qualities to that water. And then she's taking the water and pouring it onto Earth. So she's doing alchemy between the vessels. And actually, there's 5 streams that she's creating here. And that's talking about being able to produce like what is coming from heaven down to Earth. So as above, so below energy. And the 7 stars in the background there represent the Pleiades. So you are a star, don't doubt it for a second. And here we have, okay, now you're being offered, like if you're walking away from this energy, right away here you're being offered 7 different opportunities. So this is really cool. And there seems to be some sort of money in it. This is a lot of money. So this, you know, and not to, as I said, this is health, wealth, happiness, but I'm getting like, for most people, money is the first concern and then the rest follows. That's, you know, without money on planet Earth, it's not that much fun. So this is talking about 7 opportunities now being presented to you. And when you consider that you had 8 here and you're already being offered 7, that's pretty amazing. So you're making the right choice. You're making a choice for yourself. That's summing up basically the energy of this full moon in Leo, is going after what you need as opposed to what the group or the world needs. This energy, and the reason for this is Leo is on the birth chart, or on the horoscope chart, opposing Leo, right across from it on this, in the circle there, is Aquarius. And so Aquarius is the opposing energy. And the sun right now is in Aquarius. That's the energy we're in. And the sun is reflecting light back on the moon in Leo and saying, Leo is saying, look, I'm going to do what's best for me. And the Aquarius energy is saying, you need to do what's best for the group. It's that kind of back and forth energy. And you could do what's best for you first, and then that would benefit the universe. That's the message I'm getting for you. So because you're being offered 7 opportunities as soon as you make this choice. And so there'll be 7 different opportunities from what you have here. But that's basically saying you're not losing very much. So these cups all represent their gifts from the universe. And they represent a different gift in each cup. And your job is to choose, okay, which cup should I take? And there's no limit to how many you can take, but you have to have the time and the energy, and you don't want it to affect your lifestyle where you're so busy gathering up cups that you don't have time to enjoy life. That's kind of the idea. And so you're a black hole here. So you could just choose to take 1 cup for now and then come back for another one later, that, you know, and just do it like that. Or you could take 2 or 3 projects that you want to start on right away and see how it goes. The energy here is saying, you know, put yourself first, and it's about lifestyle here as well as money. That keeps coming up. And that might be why you walked away here, is because you were in this energy where all I do is work, I don't have any fun, I don't play, that kind of energy. And so the Queen of Wands is showing up. So the Queen of Wands is sitting on her throne, and she is known for being like a natural beauty, a sunny disposition. This veil in the background represents that she's has a good, really good intuitive ability. So she's able to use her logic as well as her intuition to make choices and decisions to move forward. Her wand is made of wood, and that's representing like a tree. So it's benefits both the ancestors, and also the offshoots represent the descendants. So this energy, she also has a little black cat here, and she's very independent, and she goes by, she's very like probably the most optimistic, very sexy, that kind of energy and natural beauty. But she is you know, she it doesn't concern herself with superstition, or if you know, other people think black cats are something that is you know, like not good luck. She could care less. If she has a black cat and she loves her black cat, she's going to keep her black cat. And she might choose her black cat just because people say they are bad luck, because no one else will take it. That's the kind of energy. So yeah, this is, and it's interesting because we have the black silhouette here, and then we have this little black cat silhouette. And I don't know, something's coming up, like black cats have, cats are supposed to have 9 lives. So it could have, I don't know what that's about, but it just, I'm saying what came to me. This is talking, there was a heartbreaking decision made, or it has to be made. So this could be past, present, future. So in the past, you may have had to make a decision, and this looks like it could be this decision you made here. And this could represent your love life. Or someone you love, and you had to, the swords represent thoughts, and they sometimes can represent words, you know, spoken thought. So this can represent someone who spoke very badly about you, kind of energy, or you know, like there was gossip or something around what happened. We don't know what happened as of yet. It's not clear, but you would know. Gemini, like what's going on. And so this is representing someone who has to make a decision about some heartbreak. And it's a potentially heartbreaking decision, because when you first see it, you're thinking, oh my goodness, like there's 3 swords going through that person's heart. But when you look at it, you realize, hey, that heart is really big for swords. So these are more like pins or nails. So maybe you could recover from this. This is the energy. This is something you can recover from, but it's painful is what the energy is saying. And this can also represent, like, it's hard to tell, what is that? Is that a cliff with a cloud? No, or is that like a human being? And that's the throat and the shoulders, and this is the head, and it's just looking like a cloud. So it's kind of that energy. Are you able to speak your truth? Like, have you been able to talk about what's happened? That's the question I'm getting, is coming up. Or maybe you're just now starting to be able to talk about it, but for some reason you don't feel like you can, because we have this card here, and this is talking about, the 8 of Swords is talking about being in a mental prison. And so this sometimes can be self-inflicted, because you look at this, and it's like this person's all tied up, and they've got a blindfold on, and these swords, there's like 7 behind her, and there's 1 here. There's nothing stopping her from moving forward, you know. And that's like coming to like this conclusion I'm getting. It took a lot of thought regarding walking away from something or someone you love. And this is talking about, like, I feel like the water in the tarot represents emotions, and I feel like she's got her right foot on land, and then she's got this other foot, the left foot, in the water. And I feel like at one time there was a lot of water here, and that represented a lot of emotion, and now it's dried up to the point where her foot is just in a shallow puddle right there. And so it's like, okay, she's done most of the work. That work is behind her. And there's just one more sword that she has to deal with. And that could be the one. This represents sometimes that someone feels duty bound, like they can't say something because they don't want to say something about someone they love. And this, this energy here is also saying, like, this card can represent on the physical level an actual prison, like someone's going to prison, to jail, not to jail, but to like federal prison. This is a mental prison, or like it's a prison for doing something. And maybe this is you, the Queen of Wands, and you're like going along and you're like, oh my gosh, like you don't want to say anything. You don't know whether you should say something, whether you shouldn't say something. This could also represent it's dangerous for you to say something, that kind of energy. But there's some sort of something here that is keeping you in this space where you don't feel like you can speak your truth, or other people are talking about you, and that's putting you in a mental prison, or it could be both. And the thing that I've noticed here is that this her right leg is in the water, and here it's on dry land, and here where she's grounding and she's using her knee. Your knees in body language represent being able to support yourself, like financially. And so this may have had something to do with finances, but this is like saying it's changing because the star energy is coming in, like you're back on your path that you need to because you walked away from something or someone. So someone or something, someone that you walked away from could have been doing something that could send them to prison, and you maybe are trying, to decide, like, what am I supposed to do about this situation? Okay, the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is kind of confirming this. Like, you see this energy here. You're going along and you're this happy, productive person on your path. And then all of a sudden there's this major heartbreak, and there's this prison energy. And now you're walking away because you have clarity is what's coming up. And it's about a lot of money. So this is, this Queen of Swords is representing someone. Quite often this is representing someone who's divorced. Of all the queens, she would be most likely to be divorced. She's got her right sword up. She's ready to lop off someone's head if they come at her in the wrong way. Like, she's like done, been there, done that, have the t-shirt, have the souvenir. Never am I going to put up with that kind of energy again, kind of energy. And so this is like her head is above the clouds. She has no doubt that she has her left hand out. She's saying, I want my money. Basically, that's what she's saying. She's walked away from someone. Give me back my money. That's what I'm getting. And it's, it may be someone that she divorced or is in the process of divorcing, or, something like that. That's the energy I'm picking up. She's become very cold. She may have been this person, and now she's this person. You see that? This is like this, oh, I'm on my journey, and there's so much opportunity in life, and there's so much love. And, I just love, like life is really good. And then all of a sudden, bang, she finds something out, and it's potentially a very heartbreaking decision she has to make. And it could be about, she's in a mental prison because she has to decide whether she's going to talk about it, and this person could go to prison. That's what I'm picking up. So Gemini, I feel like if this is a situation similar to what you're in, then this is good, because the truth is always going to set you free. And I'm also getting this energy can be like you have that there's fear here, like afraid to speak your truth, and that's. Let's just keep looking into it here. So this is your identity, how you see yourself as being a star, someone that is able to handle life, and that you know that you have a lot to offer. And then this is talking about your abundance and self-worth, like totally understand, hey, I know how to manifest. I've been successful in the past, and I know, that there's many opportunities out there, and that a lot of times these cups will hold challenges, but possibilities are challenges in disguise, right? Or is that vice versa? I wanted to say possibilities can be disguised as challenges. We'll say it that way. And then we have communication in early life here. So this is talking about always being intuitive and being in this energy, like, and just follow, like being, no need, there would be no need for you to get involved in this kind of energy. That's gossipy and all of that kind of energy, afraid to speak your truth, that kind of energy. So it's talking about communication. Like normally you would be very open, but here all of a sudden, bang, you're closed. And this is talking about your home and your family and your emotional foundation. So this could be family you're walking away from, definitely. It could be, it doesn't have to be a lover or someone like that. You're walking away from your family because of something that happened regarding a lot of money. So an inheritance, that kind of energy. It could be a family business, that kind of, you know, something. And this is creativity, romance, and children. It's affected your entire life. Like it's really been really challenging, because it's kind of like you feel like duty bound. Like it's this energy where maybe you've heard people are talking in the background, and then you've heard some things, and maybe these people, like you have no idea what's going on. Like but everybody else knows, kind of energy. And now you're starting to get clarity, and this is representing like a lot of times the Queen of Swords is considered to be cold, and quite often she starts out like really like this, and she becomes cold because of everything that's happened, that kind of energy. And she has to become cold because she has to look out for herself. There's that energy again, Gemini, of like, you know, and Gemini is two people, twins, and they're like in facing different directions kind of energy. So it's kind of like having, and this full moon on February 1st in Leo is really presenting that to you. Like, are you going to do what's best for your family here? Or are you going to do what's best for you? Because you could end up, like, whatever karma they're suffering, if you empower them at this time, you're going to be part of the karma, whether you had something to do with it or not. And I feel like what they've done is highly illegal. And so you could end up being in prison along with them if that's the case, that's the energy. That can mean that with this card. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit here so we have room for this card. Now we're talking about the external forces. Okay, so this card is the Eight of Pentacles. Represents, it's the only card where someone's actually working on the coin. And this is talking about making money. And in this case, it could be making money illegally, like some sort of schemes. It could be money laundering, that kind of energy. There's been something going on with a lot of money in your family. And when you walked away, maybe you didn't know about it, but you made a good choice if you did, because they're about to get caught here. Like, this is talking like they've been making, like this is the only card where someone's actually working on the coin and it's making money. And with these cards, I feel like it's not making money in a legal way. That's the energy. And maybe that's what you found out about and you're walking away from it now. Or you walked away and then you found, yes, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So you walked away from your family, I feel like, not knowing what was going on, but knowing something was up, and something said, hey, I'm out of here. I'm not having anything to do with this. And the more information that came in, you were like, had isolated yourself from them. So you didn't want to have any part of it. And that was a very good thing, because what people say is, this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, when they are swearing on a Bible in a court of law. And this could represent that someone in your family also did perjury, that kind of. And then we have this celebration card. So this is a celebration, and a lot of readers read this as a celebration. I do not like this card. I feel like these three swords are these three cups, and there could be three people that are involved in this gossip and this kind of energy here, and they are cheering. And right now, as I speak, I don't know if you can hear it, but all of a sudden there's all these sirens going by here. And so that's just confirmation. Like, this is really shifty energy. So these people are congratulating what's happened. They're not toasting each other. Not a single one is looking at the other one. They're looking at the cup. Oh, look at what happened. This is so awesome. And it was something, look at the 3 cups you left. That was the last straw for you. So something happened here, and I feel they were celebrating a little bit too early, but there is a lot of talk. And I feel like maybe they were trying to set you up, Gemini. There's some really shifty energy here. In European cultures, if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, it causes 7 years of bad luck in your romantic life. And a lot of people in Europe believe that. So, you know, it's a thing. And the cups represent love. So what's the point of this? This is like celebrating something that is not love. Let's put it to you that way. And then the Wheel of Fortune is turning. The past, present, and the future are coming together. This is, like, I'm surprised we haven't had a tower here. We haven't had a knight come in with a message yet. This is all, but this is all happening, I feel like, in the background. And I don't, like, these are the external forces coming in here, and this is what you have control over. So if you had to walk away from family and you were feeling bad about it, you made the right choice. And no one wants to think badly about their family, but sometimes, like, you have to do what you like is best for you, not what's best for the family. Look at this, and the energy is coming in. I just said, we don't have anyone talking about anything. There's no communication coming in. So it's kind of like, what is, you know, like, how are you supposed to really know what to do next if you have no information? So this is the Knight of Pentacles. And so this is information coming in about this pentacle. The knights would work for the king and the queen in the court. And they would deliver messages from near and far, like sometimes kingdoms away, and they would do it by horse. So they'd have to go all the way there, give the message, and then wait for the reply, and then come all the way back. And then, you know, it could take days, weeks maybe, depending on how far the kingdoms were apart. But, you know, so this is talking about these days, the information is going to come in, you know, quickly. We have so many forms of communication. You could get an email, you could get a phone call, you could get some papers in the mail, you could have a social media post, you could see something on the news, someone in your family's been arrested, that kind of energy. I'm picking this up, and this is like, this horse is at a standstill. And this person who's delivering the message is having a hard time figuring out, okay, how am I going to deliver this message? Now, this is external forces, so this could be like, maybe he has to deliver the messages that to everybody that took part in this, that it didn't work out like they thought it was going to, and now the shift has hit the fan, and you know, and then you'll hear about it on the news. That's what I'm getting, because I don't get that you are having anything to do with these people. And so, and this horse being at a standstill like this, it's because the thing about the pentacle, the Knight of Pentacles, it takes him forever to get there. But when he comes in, the information is usually accurate. Like and it's quite often talking about, it's a legit offer. Like, it's talking about there's a lot of money involved. There's not just, like, that's one pentacle, but it's one giant pentacle kind of energy. And the other thing, keep pulling this card back, the other thing is that this energy is also talking, I feel, about the year of the horse coming in, because the Chinese New Year on the 17th of February, like, we have the full moon on the 1st in Leo, and it's about this energy, like, should I do what's best for me or do what's best for the group kind of energy. Then on the 17th, we have Chinese New Year, and it's the first day of the new year on the 17th, and it just so happens that there's also a new moon, and it just so happens that that new moon is also, there's a solar eclipse. So that's going to be a busy day for energy. Like, it's going to be like kaboo. When there's an eclipse, we can usually feel the effects for 6 months later. And so something is coming in that's new, and it's going to be some new information coming in, that kind of energy. There's a lot of energy towards that, especially because the year of the horse talks about we're moving from the year of the snake, and the snake, you know, it sheds its skin. So if you have not totally shed what you need to stay away from this energy, like you may find that they're all, they may have been avoiding you for a long time now, and all of a sudden everybody's phoning, or everybody's, hey, how are you doing, kind of energy, and you're like, you know, don't engage in energy with them now, because it wouldn't be a good idea. Wait and see what happens here with this energy. Don't start, oh, I'm going to get back, and maybe it was just my imagination kind of energy. The full moon, let go of any of that energy, like what's holding you back from being able to move forward for yourself. And it doesn't mean you have to have bad wishes for anyone, but you don't need to be getting involved. If you get involved, you will get slapped with the same karma they did, even though you weren't involved with it. They're going to have to figure it out on their own. That's the kind of energy. You want to steer clear of it. And this is, God is telling you, like, stay away. This is not for you. This is not about you. Stay away from it. It might be about you. You may find out that you're involved somehow because they used your identity to do some of this, or that kind of energy. But as long as you haven't been involved in it, like, the truth will come out. That's what God is saying. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And then your mind will be at peace. You see the difference here? So this person is like hung their subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind up on the wall. Bunk. I'm not thinking about this anymore. It's not my problem. And laying your mind to rest and just go and meditate. You know, I'm going to pray. Thank God for the information. I'm going to stay on my path. I'm going to start looking into these opportunities. I'm going to have my same optimistic look at life, and I'm glad I walked away. I'm not going to feel any guilt about it. I'm just going to be okay with it. And what you'll hear about it. So don't worry about it. Eventually you'll hear about it. And this is, okay, so the 9 of Pentacles is talking about really understanding the give and take in life now because of what you've been through. And this is saying, hey, if you've heard of Nikola Tesla, the genius, he would say a lot that the 369, if you knew the beauty of the 369, you would have the key to the universe. And he's talking about that ratio. So she always, this is the pre-empress energy. Like, so this is, you're almost like 4 queens rolled into one right now. You're vibrating at a very high level because you've stayed on your path. And when the truth comes in, everything is, the wheel of fortune is going to turn, and this information is going to come to you, and you'll be back on your path and out of this energy. This doesn't belong to you. This is like pre-empress energy, and you've learned the give and take. How much are you going to invest in others, and how much are you going to take from others? How much are you going to give to others? You know, that kind of energy. It's about coin, but it's also your time is, if you've heard the saying, time is money. So you need to be able to invest in your future and keep your hand on 6 coin, and the other 3 is what you allow, that's your time, energy, money that you would put to charity, or if some family members need some help, or, you know, just different projects that are not, but you always have your hand on enough to sustain yourself so that you can, if you deplete yourself, you're not going to be able to give to anyone. And so that's the energy here. And so the 369 ratio is talking about really cleaning up your environment and being in this energy, that balance. Like, you don't want to be you don't want to be so cold that you don't open your heart up to the beauty of life again. But at the same time, you want to be very discerning, like the Queen of Swords, and say, hey, I'm not getting involved in this bullshit. I haven't had anything to do with it. Good luck. you know, let me know how you do, you know, after it's over, that kind of energy. And so that's really good advice right now for you, Gemini. So it's really interesting. I did another reading before this one, earlier this morning, and it was a really intense reading. And I finished the reading, and it was like an hour long, and I was like, whoa, why did that go so long? But there was so much in it, and this is a soft version of it. And when I went to to render it and get it ready to put online, there was no sound. And I was like, okay, it was just meant for me to have an idea of what was going on here when I do this reading. And this is a softer version of that reading. So I'm just letting you know. This is serious. This is not something you want to play with. And you need to just mind your own business and let them deal with whatever they've been doing. This is, you know, please do like and comment if you are enjoying this reading. And, you know, you might not be enjoying it so much because the information is kind of shifty. Having said that, it might be valuable information for you. All right. And we're going to tune in here, and we're going to clarify this a little bit so you have a bit more information here, Gemini. The good news is I'm just getting like you're in this good energy if it wasn't for this happening. And I feel like they have involved your name in this somehow. There's a lot of gossip, and it could be slander, that kind of energy. You may know about that part. So I'm using Tales from the Vector, which is my oracle that I started back in 2007. I'm just tuning into this energy here. And I started this in 2007. I'm an artist. I did all these paintings until 2020. There were 64 of them. And I've had it out and about before it was complete at different psychic fairs and that, but now the energy is complete. I want to bring it out, but I'm gathering the information, and the best way to do that is to play with it online with you guys. So thank you for your time and energy. In the description box below, I will put the numbers on the cards here in the order they appear. So if you want to go to my website, Tales from the Vector, and that's TAILS, talesfromthevector.com. The information is in the description box below. You can check out the paintings, and it might give you a little bit further clarity. This oracle is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. So here we go. Let's see, what's the energy here? Okay, this is the card. Okay, so we have Capricorn energy. We just came out of that new moon in Capricorn. So I feel like that was on the 18th. If you had any revelations, or like you've been having like really kind of wild dreams, and, you know, write them down, or like take note, because I feel like you're really synced in, your intuition is really synced into the moon cycles here. You may have it may have been around like just not that long ago that you walked away from whatever this is. So just the Capricorn energy is about being a responsible adult. And it is like the most mature of all the pentacle signs. So this is talking about, this is a lot of money. When you have a lot of money, you have a lot of responsibility. And it's about, again, being able to see possibilities and challenges, and then taking consistent steps of action towards your goals. So I feel like this is saying you walked away and it's good. Focus on what you're doing. Listen to that selfish Leo energy right now. Do what's best for you, and you know, good luck to the group. So this is a karmic space of anger. So sometimes people will justify their actions because they're angry, and maybe something happened way back when in your family, and one side of the family was mad at the other side of the family, and then you know how those things get passed down. And 2 generations later, the people are like, oh, you know, like that person did that, and they don't even know them. They don't even know the whole story. So I feel like it's something like that. And it's about an heir. And so there could be some sort of inheritance, or it could be a family business, something. Property, real estate. A lot of times when there's this much pentacles, it's representing, because the pentacles are representing the value of earth, right? Like on earth. and material value. And so a lot of times that means real estate. It could mean brokers and, you know, like developers, that kind of energy, like, you know, in that. So just whatever, it's just popping in. This could be auditors, this could be like government officials, this could be financial, like ministers that are involved in, like, this is really high energy. Like, it's not going to be like your local H&R Block kind of energy, you know, like where you just go and you can get an appointment right away. It's going to be people that are like financial advisors, people that you have, that, you know, are high, they're highly respected in their field, for being able to have knowledge about what, you know, taxes and all of that kind of energy. So this is talking about lack of awareness here. And it's saying never underestimate the power of willful ignorance. I feel like there was a lot of energy around you saying, hey, there's something wrong, and you could feel it and you knew it. Like, it's like you knew there was something, but you knew you weren't doing it, so you weren't concerned about it. But now it's like, oh, okay, I was involved because of these people. You know, they could have taken your identity and used it on for fraud or something. I'm not sure. Like, there's a million scenarios that this could be, but the important thing is that the truth is coming out. And so, and if you don't know about it, then, and it's being investigated, then that's good. Like, it's whatever it is, you know, like, there's nothing you can do about it for yourself except stay out of it. And this is talking about, okay, so this is talking like there could have been some sort of energy of failing in love kind of energy. So this is, you know, that could be what the heart breaks. So maybe it was someone that you were related, like that your spouse or someone like that was also involved in it. So this is falling or failing in love is a matter of I. This is a time again, this Leo, I really like you, Leo moon right now. This Leo full moon is saying you need to look after yourself first and let the group energy deal with itself right now. That's what this is saying. You need to heal your heart and become unfettered, like you're not that you're duty bound to have anything to do with this just because they're family or, you know, whatever. It's someone you love. You're going to have to be like the Queen of Swords right now and use that energy. So there's the surrender. The ancestors are like going nuts on the other side. They're like, oh, they're rolling over in their graves. They can't believe this is happening kind of energy. Because they worked so hard, fought for freedom in the wars, and went through all this for this shift to happen. They're like not impressed at all. And then the Empress. Okay, so this is going to, when you choose to move forward with this, you know, and keep going in this energy and let go of this, you won't be a pre-Empress anymore. You will have embodied all the qualities of the 4 queens in the minor arcana. And that is going to elevate you to Empress status. So then if you do get involved with someone in a love relationship again, it will be someone that you attract will have that same kind of more, a higher vibration than what you're used to. Yeah, and so you can then let go of this energy and go on a foolhardy journey, which is when you anticipate the future instead of wondering, why, you know, what's going on here? Like, you know, like always having in the back of your mind, there's something wrong here kind of energy. And we have the Taurus energy coming out. So this is talking about the give and take in life here. And sometimes the give and take isn't that even. Now, I want to point out here that when I am talking about the horoscope signs, I'm not talking about individual people. Like this is the Queen of Swords is a Taurus. No, that's not what I'm saying. So that could be true in your situation, and this, you know, like that could be very true for you personally. But my intention is to bring out the energies of each of these signs. We all have a little, you know, every planet within us and this sign somewhere in our chart. It's just not our sun sign, so it's not as prominent. And so this is Taurus energy is that of a toddler. It's about toddlers don't like to share. You may have noticed that. And they'll throw a temper tantrum if they have to sometimes. And so this is talking about being in a place where you learn how to give and take. And this is saying you have learned. Like, this is about a high level of understanding that ratio, the 369. And this is having to learn possibly the hard way about give and take in life. And then we have Aries energy coming in. So this is about, you know, Aries is the first sign, and this is about the fire, the energy of the fire, and who are you going to be and do? And so this is kind of like this energy right here, your self-image, how you identify with yourself. And so it's talking about being instead of doing, that kind of energy. So I don't know, like this is talking about new, someone, I don't know, this could have happened just recently kind of energy, or it could be happening since you were an infant. It's hard to say. For some, it could be one or the other. Like this could have been going on, like you might have been born into this and you just, that's why you didn't notice. Like your subconscious mind, you don't know what happened to you when you were a baby. You have to, oh, and then look at what comes out next, the devil. So this is temptation. And look at it, it's right on top of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, the gift from God. And so this is talking about people who felt like they could get away with this. Like there's no chance of getting caught. There's no way, but God was watching. And so this is temptation at its like ultimate. Hey, there's, you know, like we have this real opportunity here. Let's go for it. There's no way we'll get caught. That kind of energy. So that's really arrogant because you're a star and every single one of us has a part in God, our unique qualities to bring to the earth in God's plan. So they didn't go up against you. They went up against God. Okay, let's see what happened when they did that. Like, because this is the battle star. So it takes a lot of courage to do that. And the solar plexus is like being able to breathe, and it's the gateway to the heart. So I feel like basically it's a lost battle. God always wins. Yikes. The lovers, okay. So that is talking, like there might have even been, I don't know, if you walked away from a relationship and the heartbreaking decision was because they were in a threesome, like there was 3 people involved in the relationship and there should have only been 2. And maybe you found that out and that's why you walked away. And then here we have it. It could have been like, it could have been someone you know that was cheating with your partner, that kind of energy. And then look at the Fool, just the external forces. Look at this. This is the external forces. The Wheel of Fortune just turned, which means, and you're in the foolhardy energy, anticipating your journey, letting go of this energy. And the external forces, whoever this was involved in this energy, this is like, okay, they were on a foolish journey, and now the Wheel of Fortune has turned. You're on a foolhardy journey that you can anticipate now, and they're on one where the information about what they did to steal this money is coming in. It's just really clear. So there was dissension. So this is talking about with friends like this, who needs enemies? So this is like swimming with sharks. So the people that you thought you could trust, you couldn't, is basically what it's saying. And then Aquarius energy. So Aquarius is about observing and experimentation. I feel like in this position here, this is talking about blessings coming in. And I feel like it's kind of saying that these external forces, it's like this is representing that peace of mind that you were looking for, and it's about having to let go of a lot of people because their energy is just not going to match your energy now. You're going to attract different people, and so I feel like this is saying have an open heart here. And just allow, allow the energy. Don't force anything. Just allow yourself to heal. This isn't going to be pleasant when you hear what's happened here. I'm just getting, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, it's worse than I thought kind of energy. And here we have mother's worry. Yeah. Maybe this has been going on for generations and it's like, mirror, mirror on the wall, I've become my mother after all. Maybe these people said, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. And then an opportunity came up and they decided to experiment. Let's see if we can get away with it one more time. That kind of energy. That's what I'm picking up. This is like a real wild reading, but the one that I did before this, that there was no sound on, which kind of was very annoying. But then I realized, like after I finished it, I thought, I don't know if I even want to post this. Because it was just like really a shifty reading, and I thought, ugh. But I do, like when I'm doing the readings, I really like to make sure, because like what if someone, I'm thinking of my collective here, and what if this is something you need to know, and just because it's not going to be something you want to hear, like I would rather give everybody a wonderful reading every time, but I don't have control over that. So I do my best just to tell it like it is and trust that you'll be able to deal with it, kind of energy. But that one, I had this kind of feeling in my gut, and I don't even know if I want to post this, and then there was no sound. But it was like good information to know, and I felt like it was more talking about like, a global situation than just a Gemini situation. And it just popped in there, right? So please do give this a like and a comment if you enjoyed it, or if you're getting benefit out of it, whichever it is. And consider subscribing to my channel if you resonate with the energy. It would be my honor if you did so. I will be back with another reading here for you about the beginning of the month. Bye for now, Gemini. Sorry, Stella.